She looked like any other cook in early 20th century New York, but everywhere she worked, people got sick. Some died. The cause? A mystery until one man uncovered a shocking truth. This is the story of Typhoid Mary. In the early 1900s, typhoid fever was quietly claiming lives across the United States. Caused by the bacterium Salmonella typhi, it spread through contaminated food and water, especially in overcrowded urban areas where sanitation was poor. There were no antibiotics, no real understanding of germs, and almost no way to trace the origin of an outbreak. But one woman would change all of that. Her name was Mary Mallon, an Irish immigrant who arrived in America searching for opportunity. Mary found work as a cook for wealthy families in New York. She was skilled, dependable, and unknown to her, a carrier of a deadly disease. Wherever Mary went, illness followed. One family after another fell mysteriously ill, sometimes entire households. In one home, a child died. In another, 7 of the 11 residents contracted typhoid. But Mary never showed a single symptom. She was healthy, strong, and confused by the accusations that would soon come her way. In 1906, a sanitation engineer named Dr. George Soper began investigating a series of typhoid outbreaks among affluent families. He noticed something strange. The common thread in all of them was Mary Mallon. He tracked her down and tried to explain. He believed she was a healthy carrier of typhoid fever, someone who could spread the disease without ever becoming sick herself. At the time, the concept was barely understood. Mary was outraged. She denied the claim, refused to be tested, and fled. But the authorities caught up with her. She was forcibly taken to a hospital where doctors collected samples. Lab results confirmed Dr. Soper's suspicion. Mary was indeed carrying Salmonella typhi. What followed was one of the most controversial public health actions in American history. Mary Mallon was quarantined on North Brother Island, just off the coast of New York City. She was kept in isolation for 3 years. Despite her protests, she was labeled a menace to society. Newspapers dubbed her Typhoid Mary, a name that would follow her for the rest of her life. Eventually, Mary was released under one condition. She was never to work as a cook again, but she broke that promise. She changed her name and went back to cooking. Outbreaks began to appear again, this time in a hospital kitchen, where she was employed under a false identity. Over 24 people became sick. Authorities had seen enough. Mary was returned to North Brother Island, where she would remain for the next 23 years. She died there, alone, in 1938. She had never believed she was a danger to others. But by the time of her death, over 50 cases of typhoid fever had been directly linked to her, 3 of them fatal. Mary Mallon's story became a landmark in the history of public health. She was the first person in the United States identified as an asymptomatic carrier of a deadly disease. Her case forced society to confront a difficult question. Can someone be punished for a disease they don't even know they carry? To this day, the story of Typhoid Mary raises uncomfortable ethical questions. How much control should governments have during outbreaks? Where is the line between protecting the public and violating personal freedom? During the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw similar debates play out again: quarantine orders, asymptomatic spreaders, vaccine resistance. In many ways, Typhoid Mary's legacy lives on. She didn't mean to harm anyone, but her story reminds us that disease doesn't always show a face. Sometimes it hides in plain sight. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into history's most chilling outbreaks. And remember, the past has a strange way of repeating itself.